August 2025 promises to be one of the most memorable in Revolution Pro Wrestling history, and it all began this past Sunday with a history-making night as for the last time ever, Revolution Pro Wrestling was live in the 229 in central London. It started with singles competition, the former undisputed British Cruiserweight champion Will Caven in action against Archie Cole. And Cole gave Caven everything he could handle, but in the end, it was not to be for the youngster as Caven, with a tombstone pile driver and then a devilish looking new finishing maneuver, securing the victory over Archie Cole in what was a hell of an opener. Well, after Caven and Cole set the bar, the next two competitors were more than up to the task of reaching that standard. It was Dani Luna, the former British women's champion, against Alexis Falcon. Falcon, who had been involved in some controversy when she was involved in an unfortunate incident involving Amira Blair. But that controversy didn't seem to be bothering Falcon as she went one-on-one against Luna. And both of them in need of a victory as the discussion continues to gather pace as to who will be the next to challenge Mercedes Moné for the undisputed British Women's Championship. Well, here in the end, it was Dani Luna who picked up the victory, but that was not the end of the story. Frustrated by her defeat, Falcon attacked Luna after the bell.
I knew Amira Blair was her, and I still kicked her clean in the head.
That was enough to send Amira's tag team partner Zoe Lucas flying into the ring to attack Falcon, and almost our entire ring crew got involved to try and separate these two women, but they would not be kept apart. An all-out brawl ensuing between Alexis Falcon and Zoe Lucas. The Great British Tag League rolled on next as Jay Joshua and Connor Mills saw their first action of the tournament, a Block B match against the CPF duo of Danny Black and Joe Lando. CPF already with 3 points on the board, looking to go 2 for 2, but that was always going to be a difficult challenge against the former British Tag Team Champions, and so it proved to be. Connor Mills, Jay Joshua, both locking their opponents in submission holds simultaneously. The tap out from Lando just as Black was passing out as Mills and Joshua got their first 3 points on the board in an increasingly fascinating Block B. Harry made his way to the ring, the protege of Shah Samuels. Samuels currently on holiday preparing for his big undisputed British heavyweight title match against RKJ at the 13th anniversary show, a match that could be the last in Samuels' career.
I want to make that man proud at the 1865 in Southampton. I'm issuing an open challenge, and I promise all of you at Revolution Pro Wrestling, you will commit me to memory. Your open challenge, I accept it. At Southampton, I'm going to break your neck. Not because I have to, just because I want to. But let's make it a little bit interesting. That chair there, I'll give you 5 seconds to hit me with it. Do the most damage you can do with it. And you know that chair quite well, because that's the one I put round your head last week.
Get out of there, Harry. Get out of there, Harry.
I'll see you in Southampton. One more thing, actually.
3 weeks prior to being live in London, Trent Seven went one-on-one with Chuck Mambo. Seven won on that night. But this rematch under very different circumstances after Mambo joined with his tag team partner TK Cooper in assaulting Seven at Summer Sizzler. And this time, although it was a very different Chuck Mambo, including a very different in-ring style, much more ruthless, much more aggressive from Mambo, it seemed as though the result was nonetheless going to be the same. Seven was picking up Mambo for the Birmingham Hammer, but just as he did, Cooper rushing the ring, striking Seven with a headbutt and causing the disqualification. And in something of a replay from what we saw at Summer Sizzler, Sunshine Machine then putting a beatdown on Trent Seven. Kangi was in the 229 to face Anita Vaughan, fully aware, no doubt, that her interference in Wolverhampton may have consequences as far as the CTC were concerned. Kangi and Vaughan had a great match, Kangi in the end picking up the victory via submission, but then, just as suspected, the Cutthroat Collective came to the ring, and Reed warning Vaughan to get out of harm's way so she was not collateral damage in what was about to happen to Kangi. Vaughan, though, disregarded that advice, came in to give Kangi the assist. Reed again pulled Vaughan away and then made a shocking offer, apparently endorsed by the rest of the Cutthroat Collective, handing a t-shirt to Vaughan and suggesting that she become the latest member of their group. Vaughan turned down that offer not once but twice, as questions remain about the future of that group and indeed about who may be next to challenge for the undisputed British women's title. And so came the last match at the 229, a 10-man Revolution tag match, pitting Leon Slater, TK Cooper, Robbie X and the Young Guns against Michael Oku, Nino Bryant, Cameron Kai and the Sons of Southampton. A lot of fascinating moments in this match, including in the early going when it seemed as though both Michael Oku and Leon Slater were offering advice to Kai. In fact, a disagreement between Kai and Oku about whether that advice was welcome or not seemed to be the catalyst for Kai's elimination. Kai, distracted by arguing with Oku, then pinned moments later and eliminated from the match. Robbie X, meanwhile, had made a point of focusing his wrath on the undisputed British Cruiserweight champion Nino Bryant and was relentless in doing so. X had the chance to win the match but decided to continue the beatdown to make an example of Bryant before finally defeating him and standing above the champion. X with that title belt in hand, his intentions very, very clear when it comes to the British Cruiserweight Championship. The Sons of Southampton, JJ Gale and David Francisco, surprising some by managing to eliminate both Luke Jacobs and Ethan Allen from the match. Not long afterwards, though, Francisco was eliminated by TK Cooper, but Cooper was soon to find himself once again face to face with Trent Seven. Seven coming out for a reprise of the battle that had raged between him and Cooper earlier in the night, but Chuck Mambo coming back out as well. Cooper ended up eliminated, but Sunshine Machine put another beat down on Trent Seven, and the three men brawled out of the auditorium. It came down to Leon Slater on one team versus Michael Oku and JJ Gale on the other. Slater was able to level it up at one man apiece by hitting the Swanton 450 to eliminate Gale, and so came a re-ignition of the rivalry we saw between two of the best in Europe, Michael Oku and Leon Slater, one-on-one to finish out this Revolution tag match. But on this night, Leon Slater would get the better of Michael Oku, pinning him for the 1-2-3 and becoming the final winner of a match in the 229, winning our Revolution tag main event.
I want to be number one. Michael, you hold that spot, and at the anniversary show, I take it. You get me?
Leon Slater. Now we play.
And with that, we say farewell to the 229. Don't forget, our monthly shows in London continue. We'll be at Porchester Hall from now on, starting with our next live in London show, Saturday, 6th of September. But before that, next week, 9th and 10th of August, we're in Berlin, teaming with GWF for Double Impact. We're in Southampton, August 17th. And then all roads lead to Crystal Palace, August 22nd and 23rd for Revolution Pro Wrestling's 13-year anniversary. What a month we're going to have here in RevPro. But for now, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been your RevPro Recap.